Morning. I'm here again, Missa B. And this morning, I am motivated to address a situation that was presented in a video. Would have been yesterday. I think it was a CVM video, which showed the graphic images of a murder that occurred in um, Hanover, Green Island, Hanover. Now, Green Island is a small town, if you will, with a population of less than 5,000. And you know, I'm very familiar with that area because in my days as a salesman working for Grace Kennedy, I used to do that trek going into Negril on a Wednesday to do my sales call, driving on Wednesday, Thursday, and we do the Negril route based on that. Over the years, of course, the town has swelled like most places of Jamaica and the population growth. But I want to specifically deal with this murder issue. But before, just want to say, if you guys like the video, I'm going to ask you to just hit the like button, stay with us, knock the notification bell, so that when the next video drop, you know that you're up front in terms of getting your little fill. And of course, I'm going to ask you, if you like the material, subscribe to the channel and share that with your friend. But to the issue at hand, it's clear that this video was taken by the owner, the proprietor of the shop, a Chinese gentleman, God rest his soul, and a open wholesale retail establishment, and I can identify with that because I used to run a business just like that, and probably this is why this thing hit me so hard. Two guys march into the shop and immediately open fire on the proprietor of the business, kill him dead on the spot. The video graphic, and don't want to show any part of that here, but CVM TV had basically put that on the website, and so which is where I kind of got the information from. But it's bad enough that they killed the man. They proceeded to rob the place. Even with the body of the man, they could see one of the shooters kept stepping over and stuffing money, whatever, in his pocket. And it brought home a very sad and sharp reality that this is what we have come to. It, apart from the factor of shooting the man, I understand that he had a firearm, and clearly they decided that in life though were nothing. So, and then rather than have any kind of response from him, they shot him dead. I was aghast to watch these two guys proceeded to literally pack stuff up, and they were in that shop for a good couple of minutes in no hurry, stepping over the body of the deceased owner as they packed stuff up and then made their way. It demonstrates that this is how bad things have become in Jamaica. And again, I want to come back because the reason why I'm on this video here is because I can identify with this. I ran a wholesale distribution business back in Jamaica for a number of years. And, as the business grew, this became my own major fear. In fact, I packed a firearm myself, and, I've had the opportunity to have used it on a couple of occasions. And each time you realize that this can't be the way, And so over time, I walked away from the business because I had absolutely no desire to get involved in any kind of shooting match with anybody, or to take anybody's life or anything like that. And in any event, I want to go home to my kids. That was always my thought process. Furthermore, the minute you open the door to shooting somebody, you open that door to other people knowing your business, and then there's just a whole deleterious effect that comes with that kind of situation. But to the case at hand, you look back and you say, how do we live in an environment like that? Because this thing brought this whole crime and murder thing, home for real. For the first time in a long while, you get a chance to stop and say, this is just so ghastly. This man, clearly, if he have a family, that's it for his relationship with his family. The two youngsters, because those guys can't be better than early 20s, if you will, right? And the callousness with which they executed this criminal act, is really, really cause for concern. You know, how do we solve it? I don't know, because clearly we have gone down a road in Jamaica that it's gonna take a while to turn away, turn the corner, turn away from this kind of thing, and it's going to require everybody. You know, um, certainly putting more police on the road may be an answer. This man had a security camera. He had a gun, and it never helped him, because people who make up their mind that they will commit criminal acts, this is what they do. And so maybe what is needed is a re-education of our society. Because we cannot become this numb. You see the extent to which, as a population, we have become numb when you can shoot somebody, they kill them dead, and then you proceed to, for another 3-4 minutes or whatever, you are there casually, just picking out what you want out of the man's business place, the money, him gun, everything. And then, there were other people in the shop, and of course, you can't blame them. They just cower and hope that the gunman them not turn them gun on them, which I was mortified, because I wondered if that was going to be their next move. But again, it also tells you that these guys don't care. Them don't care who see them, because we have a culture in Jamaica where nobody now gonna tell nobody nothing. So for all intent and purposes, and I'm pretty sure the police who may have happened by, can't get no to anybody. I've seen it before. I lived it, and so I understand it. I can relate to it. And as I said, I used to run that kind of business. Granted, my business was not as open, so you had to come to the counter, just like how the Chinese man in downtown used to do it. That was the nature of my own approach. But the bottom line is, when something like that happened in a small area, a small town like Green Island, it must send a really hard signal to other business people who, other people in that community who are running similar businesses. It must send a very tough signal to proprietors of that kind of business across the island, because it basically it shows the level of lack of personal security that operate. Not everybody can afford to put a security guard in place, or even put up cameras, and by extension, as I said before, having a camera, having a gun in those circumstances can't help you, right? Um, that man has become maybe the 1215th murder statistic in Jamaica for 2022. And there is just no sign of any relenting. There's no indication that the police apparatus have the ability to come to terms with this kind of thing. And so it begs the question of what is next? Where do we go from here? Crime is, and murder in particular, is one of the most deleterious thing that can impact a community. And a small place like Jamaica, it really does not inspire any kind of confidence. People who are living elsewhere outside of Jamaica who would want to come back and make a contribution, when you have to watch those images, again, it's one of the reasons why I don't believe in this thing of blocking people's ability to see stuff like this. It tells you we're in a bad way. We're in a bad way. Censorship don't work because we need to be able to have access to information. We need access now to some solutions. And I don't believe that we are beyond the ability to deal with the problem. We just need to show the will. A town like Hanover, Green Island there in Hanover, maybe it's increased police patrols, increased police presence within the thing. Maybe we need to go down to this business of stopping and frisking. I don't know. These guys don't look two ordinary people, but them have gun and them walk up and down on the street. They casually walked out of the store with them loot and clearly gone about them business, and that's it for them. I understand the police has held on to 3 people, and one wonders where this is going to go after that, because one of the problems we're having in Jamaica is a matter like that to go before the court is probably take another 10 years. And in the course of that time, how many other people are going to be so affected by this kind of, it's a crime that is just so senseless, because okay, you want to rob the place, you want to take away the man's gun or whatever, but do you have to take people's life? And it demonstrates too that we have a culture among this younger group of our population that has no regard for human life. Clearly don't have no regard for their own life, and neither do they have any regard for yours. And so the question is, how do we address it? If you have your solutions or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. I have some ideas that my next video I'm gonna put that out there. Some steps that I believe we can take to at least focus hard on an issue like this. I can't guarantee, it's not in my hands to provide any solution, but at the same time, I think we need to start with this kind of public discussion where we can, put our thoughts out there. A person come on my Facebook page and talking about criticism. That's where we start with. One problem we have with the current people who are in charge of the country is that nobody don't want to be criticized. If you're not do the work, you'll get criticism. Personal and domestic national security is one of the roles that a government must play, must provide its citizen with that kind of protection. And if it's not happening, you're gonna hear from people. The only way we can get any kind of progress moving forward is we have to listen to all of the voices, even the ones that are dissenting that you don't necessarily want to hear. But this kind of situation is grim, it's graphic, it's horrific. And at the end of the day, that's another man who, if he have a family, that's it for him and his family. The relationship severed by 2 careless boys who have access to gun that clearly them can't even afford that kind of gun unless them participate in this kind of activity. And it also begs the question, how them get a gun, how those guns are coming out of the country. Those are some of the issues that I think we really want to have some discussion on and try to come up with some strategies and put them out there. Again, if you have, I'd love to hear from you. Let's put it that way. Put your thoughts in the comment section and listen out for the next video. Again, subscribe to the channel, like button, just click the like button for me, and the notification bell. Just take a little lick so that when the next video drop, you will be the first to know. Peace.